Time is the only environment that touches all other parts of the matrix. It shapes society's norms, the body's development, and the unknown's possibilities. The very fact that we can imagine a future is proof that the self was meant to evolve. You are not born to recreate the past. You were born to shape the future. But you cannot do that if you are owned by someone else's memory. So understand this: time does not wait for anyone, but it does work through everyone. Every belief you hold, every decision you make, every child you raise will ripple into a future you will never see. This is why time is sacred, because it proves that even if your life is small, your impact is not. That makes time the only environment you are both born into and responsible for. Time doesn't just create context, it creates contrast. A 6-year old who believes that all races are equal has a better moral compass than the founding fathers of the United States. Not because she's smarter, but because her environment has evolved. Her history class, her community, her access to media and moral discourse. It's all built on the labor and learning of those who came before. She is the proof that time can elevate the self, but only if the environment is built to do so. This is why history matters, not as a subject to memorize, but as a foundation of perspective. If you do not know the time you were born into, you do not know yourself, because time determines the rules of the game you are playing, even if that game is unfair. Time sets the technological limits, the societal values, the moral assumptions, the beauty standards, the dominant ideologies. You do not step into a blank canvas. You are dropped into a moving train. And from your first breath, you are learning to interpret and survive an environment that was built before you arrive. That is why environment is the invisible hand. It is always shaping you through climate, through systems, through education, through culture, but perhaps most insidiously through time. You don't notice it because you're swimming in it. But try telling a child born in 2040 that gender is binary, or that black people are inferior, or that marriage must look one way forever, and you will see that even bigotry has an expiration date when time is involved. Time is also what connects the rest of you to humanity. Every person you meet is born into a different time, either by age or mindset. And they bring that time with them. That means you are not just navigating personalities. You are navigating worldviews shaped by errors they emerge from. To truly understand others, you must understand their time. And to truly shape the future, you must understand your own. You may think you are living in the now, but you are also living in the echoes of the past and in the soils of the future. Time doesn't just shape the environment, it shapes your imagination. It shapes what you think is worth building or preserving or destroying. And that's why it must be seen for what it is, not just as the passage of moments, but as the scaffolding of meaning. Space. Space is more than where you are. It is where your consciousness is allowed to go. In the past, space was physical. Your world was your village, your field, your neighborhood. But today, space is also digital. Screens have become portals. We don't just live in the world anymore, we log into it. Physical space still matters. The temperature you live in, the city you were raised in, whether you were born in a war zone or a beach town, these things shape you. If your neighborhood has sirens instead of bird songs, cracked pavements instead of grass, that will shape how your nervous system develops, how your fear forms, how your hope stretches. Space teaches your body what to expect from life and what not to. If you grow up surrounded by beauty and safety, you are more likely to believe those things are normal. If your space teaches you to flinch, then flinching becomes your norm.